I'm just like you, fam. So now if I don't know what Crohn's disease is and I'm a fan of your show, I literally just watched Everybody Hates Chris last night. And if I'm watching your show last night, I'm seeing your journey, right? And now I'm knowing that you got this as a 36-year-old black man, father of two. I might be like, damn, I might have to go get checked for this.
There you go.
If it can hit him and he got money and this, then, and the third, that's when it'll hit us. We'd be like, shit, I don't have the resources he got, and this is what happened.
Right.
I'm eating regular bacon on burgers and shit. No, I gotta go.
See, but that's the part I'm talking about there. The impact over the metrics now, right? What if you were aspiring to be an actor, Cuzzo, and you looked up to him as an actor and he shared his journey and said, well, some of these diseases are genetic, right, Doc? They're passed down through, your line. So you can't help it if you develop them, right? But a lot of the things I think that cause us illnesses is the way that we take care of ourselves, the amount of sleep we get, the amount of water, exercising regularly, the things that we eat. If somebody says, look, man, to get to this level of where you guys love me at, this was my journey, but in getting to this level, I end up developing this disease by bad eating habits, not sleeping, because this can save lives, because you have a lot of people aspiring to follow in your footsteps, and now they can take that information and say, okay, when I get to these levels, these are the things to look out for. How do I maneuver this thing differently? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
We gotta. First of all, you're gonna be our resident doctor, Doc. So anything, if anything that we need to know, please pull up.
I'm ready. I still want to hear about that colonoscopy.
Because
he gonna let you know, I gotta.
Because I think Michael J. Fox has an illness, right?
Yes,
Parkinson's. Yeah.
Parkinson's, right? And I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, like I followed him before, but I felt like he became more famous once he came out and said that he had it and showed his journey. He still was working, and I understand he's not, he's not from Black and brown descent, but I'm just saying the message is the message, right?
Yep.
He came out, he shared his journey, and I felt like people loved him for it. They so much research, so much money. Look. Money raised for awareness of this disease to help other people, maybe early detection, get treatment. This is what I'm talking about, right?
Research.
We have to do it for the culture, for research.
And put us in touch with Chris. We need to do it. Everybody Hates Crohn's.
Right.
I have heard that title before.
Yo, I'm telling you, come on.
Oh, shit.
Come on, hold on.
I do it for the children.
Come on, man. If you could just scan one time, that was off the top of the table.
Doc, what did I tell you? I said you can't put anything anywhere near the rim. You can't put nothing anywhere near the rim with him.
That's a layup.
That's crazy.
Talking about this?
Nah, it's crazy.
That's a layup. That's out of here.
Yeah.
That's out of here. Done right, edited right. That's out of here.
No. That's a fact. That's a fact. I got another question for you, Doc. So can we talk now? We talked about the sacrifices, but we didn't talk about the support during these sacrifices. Now, can we talk a little bit about that, right? You're in your 20s. You said you went straight through. So school, right? Obviously, a lot of your schooling, you're not working, you're not making a lot of money. How important was it to have the support system that you had at the time, and what did that look like to help give you the peace of mind to say, I can finish this, I can keep going, I don't have things to worry about? Because again, this is another important topic in our community when trying to follow your dreams, whatever they are, business, school, getting a job that requires a certain level of education. The support system that you have behind you is essential to giving you the ability to go ahead and go after your dreams. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, of course. I will say that you can't really, you basically can't make it without a support system. I think there's so many times where you want to quit, or so many times where it's just too much. And I think that there's almost like a trauma bond, quite honestly, especially in training, because it is rough. I mean, you were not sleep. You were talking about the importance of sleep.
Right.
You're talking about the importance of eating right. I mean, you were doing none of those things. Unhealthy habits. And you got to find your people. You got to find the people who see you day in and day out. And a lot of that time it is work people, because they know exactly what you're going through.
Right.
So I think that is key. And that's why I do feel blessed to have to kind of be in a medical family, because I could tell them what's happening and they know exactly what I'm talking about.
Right.
But I think, you know, there are friends that I've had for over 20 years because I met them then and we've just gone through the same shit.
Right.
And you know, as strong as you might be or as strong as you think you are, you always need people. You always need people. Yeah. And so I couldn't make it without them. And there's, you know, I'm close to them to this day.
So, you know, that was a segue.